Okay, what is going on, everybody? Hello, everyone. What is up? What's up? How you doing? Phil here live on the stream. I am Phil I am. What's up, and welcome to my only one gameplay stream for today. Today is the conclusion of my Demon Souls final run. That's right. If you haven't been following along, the past week and a half, I've been playing Demon Souls a final time. Why? Well, because the game servers are permanently shutting down in February. And the whole premise of me replaying this game was because I wanted to play it with the online aspect enabled. Sadly, I hate to say this, folks, it didn't really happen. I tried to replay this game with the online enabled, and all it really gave me was a low frame rate, choppiness, audio bugs, and I wasn't able to actually utilize the online component that much, if any. You know, very few times were there ever messages on the ground. And even in the old monk boss fight, which if you remember from my original playthrough was the boss fight where it actually summons a human to fight you, it didn't even work properly because I was signed offline. I was not even connected to the servers. Because apparently the North American servers for Demon Souls have been completely broken for the past year and a half to 2 years. You know, which I didn't know. I played Demon Souls back in 2013, right after I had done my second run through Dark Souls, because I had just adopted live streaming and direct capture. So I had no idea that that was the case. And it really sucks. You know, it really does suck that happened. Was it the playthrough a complete waste of time like Nick just suggested in stream chat? No, it was still fun. It was still good to re-explore this game one more time before we move on, because let's face it, this game was the predecessor to all the Souls games, to Bloodborne, to everything that From Software went on to make in the future. It's always good to go back and re-examine the past to get an idea of where the things come from and where the roots are, right? And in reality, you know, you see a lot of things in this game that are very, very antiquated. You know, no bonfires or checkpoints, having to find shortcuts to open up to get through a stage rather than having like a bonfire or something like that. The degradation of the armor that doesn't even exist anymore in the Souls series or the From Software game series. The inventory weight mechanic that doesn't exist anymore, and even the what do they call it? The affinity mechanic, the dark affinity or light affinity or whatever you want to call it in the worlds. All that was done away with, you know, over time. From Software realized these were mechanics that really didn't work for the series, and they kind of either refined them or they changed them. Okay, so it's cool to go back and play it one last time. I mean, face it, the first time I played it was not legit. The first time I played it, I grinded like fucking crazy. This time it was a very, very different run where I basically went through the game legitimately and beat it fairly. Without cheating. I never grinded. That was the other thing. I have not grinded whatsoever, and I'm beating the game, you know, legitimately, compared to my first run where it was grind off camera. I did not do that, okay? So, that being said, folks, it looks like I'm going to finish the game today. I only have stage 4-3, stage 5-3, and stage 1-4 left, and then I believe it's the final boss. I have the meat cleaver, which is incredibly overpowered, doing insane damage with it. I just found the Moonlight Greatsword pretty much at the end of the last session that I played this game a few days ago. And honestly, I would like to use it, but it requires a ridiculously high faith stat. It needs like 7 more levels of faith. So what I may try to do is try to see if today, during the gameplay, I can earn enough souls to level up enough to use the Moonlight Greatsword at the end of the game. Because I've never, in all of my runs through From Software games, I've never used the Moonlight Greatsword. Not once. So I think it would be pretty cool in this final run through Demon Souls to do so for the epic conclusion today. But we'll see how it goes. Alright? We'll see how it goes. We'll see, you know, if I'm able to do it, great. If not, meh. No skin off my back, but I would definitely like to do it for a like nice epic conclusion here for all of you. Okay? So that's the deal with today's stream. There will not be a second stream tonight because tonight I'll be doing the weekend preview. In addition to that, I have another patron Q&A video to do. In addition to that, I've got a few other offline things to do. I am still working towards hopefully eventually getting enough free time to sit down and do a new channel trailer for DSPGaming, explaining that this year YouTube is basically just going to be an archive of the stuff that I do here on Twitch, and Twitch is my main focus, and trying to get people from YouTube to come over here to the Twitch channel if possible. I get the feeling many people who watch my stuff on YouTube may not even know my Twitch exists, because even though you see me now in the videos interacting with everyone on Twitch and everything, right? They may not even think to come over here, because a lot of people who follow me on YouTube for years and years, or just maybe discover me on YouTube and just watch the videos there. If you notice, I don't have any plugs or anything on every video like most YouTubers. And most YouTubers, they have a highly edited gameplay video of the best of this game. And then at the end, hey guys, come check this out and that out and this out and that out. Blah, blah. And I don't do that. I just have raw gameplay videos on DSPGaming for the most part. So unless you catch a rare video like my year-end videos where I actually had some plugs, you would completely miss out on the fact that, you know, I want people to come over here. So there you go, folks. I need to do a new channel trailer for DSPGaming, but I just haven't had a chance. I mean, just think about it. In the last month, I've been working on the year-end series, right? Then I've been working on patron stuff constantly. Every time that I have a time away from stream, I'm constantly working on other stuff. So maybe tonight I'll have a chance, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I have to see how much time I have. If not, I'm hoping at least to the next month, or the next week, on one of the days when I only do one stream, hopefully the other half of the day I'll have time to do it. We'll see. Okay. All right. So, folks, that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'll be doing Batman, the Telltale series, episodes 2 and 3. The 2 episodes that I never played. They both came out earlier last year. I believe one started out in like early fall, and the other came out like right in the midst of the hardcore gaming season when all the new games were coming out. So I didn't have a chance to play either of them. And the thing is, episode 4 comes out this week, so I want to play 2 and 3, obviously, to get caught up for 4. So I'll be doing kind of a marathon tomorrow. My main gameplay stream will be episodes 2 and 3 of Batman, okay? Tomorrow night, I'll be returning to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So for those who love those late night PUBG streams, you'll have another one tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, folks, here's what I really want to talk to you guys about, and I really need your feedback, all right? So here's the deal, and here's what I want to toss out there, and I want to see what you guys have to say. Because here's the situation we're in, all right? Just so you guys know, let me give you the rundown. So this is the main discussion of today's pre-stream. Get ready, okay? Everyone pay attention. It's very important. Pay attention. Okay, so here's the deal. Coming up this week, there is no real major new releases during the course of the main part of the week. Let me explain what's actually coming out. This Tuesday, there's the release of The Inpatient, which is a PlayStation VR, game. Now, I have not played the PSVR in literally 1 year. The last time I used my PSVR was to play Resident Evil 7. I played it a second time, or ran through it kind of a second time in VR, all right? And I didn't even finish the game because it was just a gimmick. I was like, it's not even that much different. I'm not even going to bother with it. And I played 0 PSVR games in 2017. That's how much VR was utilized last year. It wasn't at all. The gimmick died within a few months. Pretty lame, right? So that being said, this week there is finally a PSVR game coming out. It's called The Inpatient. If you're not aware, it's from the same game developer, Supermassive Games, who made Until Dawn. It is actually a prequel to Until Dawn. If you remember my playthrough of Until Dawn from many years ago, I think it was like 3-4 years ago. I don't even remember at this point. The way it worked was there was an asylum that you go into in Until Dawn, where the history of the asylum was these people who were getting infected by something and or being experimented on and turned into Wendigos. And they didn't understand what was going on in this asylum. They were doing experimentation, trying to figure out how to control it and stuff. And basically it didn't work, and then the Wendigos exploded. They got freed, they attacked everyone, and everyone got infected. And that was the end of that. And that was pretty much the backstory of Until Dawn. Well, in this game, The Inpatient, you're basically, I think it's like 30 to 60 years in the past. You're in the asylum when all this is going on. So does it suck because if you played Until Dawn, you know all about the Wendigos? Yes. At the same time, it would be pretty cool, I think, to maybe, kind of experience that firsthand as a survival horror game, especially because we haven't seen anything from Supermassive Games a million years ago. All right. Now, here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. I was considering playing this last year. There was actually nothing much going on near the end of 2017, and I thought this would be a good playthrough to end the year. It got delayed until now. All right. So it comes out this Tuesday. Now, here's the thing. Let me explain what else is going on this week, and let me explain my train of thought, because I'm really on the fence about playing this game at this point. In fact, I'm almost leaning towards skipping it, and let me explain why. All right? So in addition to the Inpatient this Tuesday, we've also got Batman, the Telltale series, Season 2, Episode 4. All right? So, you know, the 4th episode, which I want to play, obviously. That's why I'm playing Episodes 2 and 3 tomorrow to get caught up. Then, on Thursday, I want to do a podcast. I have not done a podcast in over 2 months. Well, it's about 2 months. It was actually Thanksgiving last year. So it was late November. So here we are, late January. I figure it would be the perfect opportunity to do a new podcast. We've got a lot to talk about, right? We've got all the stuff going on in gaming news and everything that we could talk about. News stories like the Nintendo Labo. We can talk about, you know, games like Dark Souls coming to, you know, remastered edition. I could go through my entire gaming schedule, all right, and let you guys know what's coming up this year for games, because I have not done a gaming schedule update. So instead, I could just make it part of the podcast, a big segment. In addition, I wanted to tell you guys about how stuff's going in regards to getting you caught up with the tax situation and the business and how everything's going behind the scenes with everything, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff I have not told you guys at all, that for those who are in the know and want to be caught up because you've been following along and been supportive of me so much in the past, you know, couple months since I told you about the tax situation on Thanksgiving, I think you guys are owed an update. So there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to do a podcast on. All right. So I think that what I should do is do a podcast this Thursday. I want to do a podcast this Thursday. I think it's time to do it. All right. And then this Friday is the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ. It finally comes out, the full-fledged version, not just the beta that I've been playing. So that's going to be awesome, because there's going to be a campaign mode to play through. I'm sure there's going to be, you know, training mode for each character and challenges so I can learn each character in and out, their combos and the like. Then there's going to be robust online play. There's going to be a lot to do with Dragon Ball FighterZ starting this Friday. Okay? So I'm really excited for that. And then the week after that, Dissidia NT Final Fantasy releases, okay? That's going to be fun, because that's a completely different kind of game. And I'm definitely interested in checking that out and balancing that with Dragon Ball. Then, in early March, we've got UFC 3, which I honestly was going to skip, but now some people are kind of saying to me, I think you should play it. And then, the first week of February, we've got Symphony. I said Symphony. I'm an idiot. Shadow of the Colossus Remastered, the remade edition of Shadow of the Colossus coming out. And I really liked playing that game years ago, and I want to replay it with this new version, okay? Better, you know, modernized graphics and gameplay elements and everything. So in the next few weeks, guys, we've got a ton going on. And then in mid-February, keep in mind, I'm taking some time off from streaming because my girlfriend's going to be moving in with me. And then when we come back from that, I got the option of playing Dynasty Warriors 9, The Secret of Mana remake, okay? And I'm also going to be playing Super Mario Sunshine. So we've got literally the entire next month is booked. Starting this Friday, once Dragon Ball comes out, I'm pretty much booked until March, okay? That's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. That's a really good thing. Because it sucks when you're uncertain and you don't know what you're going to do, because then you have to try to fill in the gaps. Oh, I'll do a random stream here, a random stream there. It doesn't seem to me like it's going to be that kind of an issue. We're going to be game after game after game after game, boom, 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 boom. And that's a good thing. The streams are going to be hype. People are going to be coming out for new releases, you know. It's going to be really exciting. But here's the deal, all right? Here's the deal. I'm pretty much leaning towards skipping the Inpatient this week. And here's why. There's a couple reasons. Allow me to explain them, and then I want your feedback in the stream chat, all right? So number one, it's a PSVR game. The Inpatient is a PSVR game. You cannot play it without the PSVR headset, all right? What does that mean? It means that I will not be able to see the stream chat. I will not be able to see any interaction with you guys. I can't see cheers, subs, tips, and I can't see your reactions on what you're saying live during the gameplay. So literally, as I'm playing this game, it's going to be like I'm in an isolation booth. It'll be just like I used to be when I did my old YouTube videos, where I can't react to anything you guys do. I don't like that. You know, the new streaming style has been working splendidly for me. In 2018 so far, these first 3 weeks have been outstanding on Twitch. Everything, people participating, having fun, loving the stream style, right? This year's been tremendously positive so far. I don't want to now go into an isolation booth for, you know, several streams and basically derail all of that because the game's PSVR. All right, that's number one. Number two, I'm already going to be playing Batman this week. Like I said, tomorrow's main stream and then Tuesday night's stream is also Batman. That is a narrative game, and guess what? It's also a game that doesn't lend itself to always constantly being interacting with you guys because it's dialogue, plot. It's like, if you guys are doing shout-outs, I have to pause the game to even do the shout-outs, which is basically jarring and it breaks up the gameplay. So already this week, I'm going to be doing 2 major streams of stuff that really doesn't lend itself to stream interaction. Now, I want to do another 2-3 streams where I'm going to be a game where I can't even see you guys. You see what I mean? And then on top of all of that, it's the fact that it's a PSVR game, and I don't like the PSVR. I just don't. When I have to wear this thing, it makes my head sweat. The eye lenses fog up. My forehead gets sweaty as hell. My whole head heats up. All right, putting this fucking thing on my head. And, you know, after playing it for about 20, 30 minutes, I need to take a break. I can't even play longer than, say, a half hour in the PSVR without needing a break. So you're talking me trying to play this game. Let's say, because it is supposed to be a full-length game. Let's say it's 8 hours long. So every half hour, I got to take another break. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's going to be a very good situation. I just think it's going to be like a chore to play through this game. As much as I want to play it, this is the thing. I honestly wish the Inpatient were not a PSVR game. I wish it were a regular video game that I could just sit here on my love seat with you guys, interact with you. Because the other thing is, it's survival horror. Doing live interactions with you guys are perfect for that style of game. They're absolutely perfect. That's part of the advantage of playing survival horror games is our reactions, laughing, joking, and everything during the horror aspect. And now I can't even do that. Okay? So, quite frankly, I'm really just leaning towards skipping it. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think it's like $40, right? And the other thing, here's one final thing, too, that I didn't even mention. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish it. All right? So, thinking about it, all right? Thinking about this game, right? Would I be able to finish it in time? Because keep in mind, if I'm doing a podcast on Thursday, if Dragon Ball starts Friday, I really only have Tuesday, Wednesday to play it. That's it. So I'd only have 2 streams. Because I have a mainstream Tuesday and a mainstream Wednesday. Wednesday night, I can't even stream because I'm going to do my errands, my grocery shopping and stuff. So literally, I'd have 8 hours to play it. That's it. If I don't beat it into 2 sessions, I don't even know when I would get back to the game to finish it. Okay? So in my opinion, I think maybe it's just a bust. Okay? I do. I think it's a bust. I think that it's kind of a game that it would have made sense if it were a different time, if we weren't in a time crush for the new releases coming out starting Friday, and if it wasn't PSVR. Like, those are the 2 deciding factors that I think I would have gone into me playing it. But I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Here's what I'm thinking. If I don't play it, well, then what am I going to do, right? I'm going to have 2 major streams this week. Like I just said, Tuesday and Wednesday, with nothing, right? So what would I do during those streams? And this is what I'm trying to throw out to you guys, all right? What do you guys want to see me do on Tuesday and Wednesday if I don't play the Inpatient? Now, the one suggestion I have, okay, is something that I think it would be a good idea, but then people are going to get angry. And let me explain. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Super Mario Sunshine is a playthrough that I've promised I was going to do for a long time. I'm now going to do it. I have all the equipment to do it, finally. I have everything in place. I have the HDMI adapter. My Wii is set up. I have a GameCube controller, memory card. Everything's ready to go. Everything's ready to go. Okay? So Super Mario Sunshine could definitely happen. Okay? But here's the thing. if I play Super Mario Sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday, which I very well could get 8 hours into the game, okay? Then it's going to go on hold for a long time. Because like I just mentioned, all right? Dragon Ball FighterZ, okay? Final Fantasy Dissidia, UFC 3 maybe, I'm on the fence about that. Shadow of the Colossus remake, me taking time off for my girlfriend to move in, the possibility of Dynasty Warriors 9 or Secret of Mana remake, and then finally, the second half of February, getting a chance to go back to it. So you're potentially talking, if I start it this week, if I do, let's say, 1 or 2 sessions of it this week, okay, it's going to go on hold for 1, 2, at least 3 weeks, if not longer. And then it's going to come back in the second half of February. Now, what I don't want to happen, okay, is I start playing and everyone's all excited about it, okay, and then, you know, I don't play it for an extended period of time. And then I go back to it and everyone's frustrated. You know, it would have to be under the premise people understand that if I start it up this coming week, that I don't basically continue it for a while, all right? So I'm just throwing that out there, you know, FYI. I know a lot of people want it, okay? I know a lot of people want it, but I'm worried that it's going to wait. That wait will make people even angrier because you get a taste and now you got to fucking wait again, right? Imagine if you go to a restaurant and they walk out with the most amazing, just amazing appetizer, but they only give you like 2 bites of it. Well, sir, sorry, we're out. You're going to have to wait till your next visit. And, you know, in 3 weeks, we'll have it back in stock, right? You what? I want more right now. What the fuck? So I get it, okay? I get it. So I don't know if that's what I should do. Now, on the flip side of all this, the other thing that people have been clamoring for me to play, which I don't fucking understand, is Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. I don't know why people want me to play this. I have not played Street Fighter V, ladies and gentlemen, since the late summer of 2016. August of 2016, whenever Urian was released, was the last time I played the game. You're talking, I have not played the game for a year and a half. Do you know how much the game has changed? Do you understand how different this game is? All right. Imagine if I played it. I probably wouldn't win a single match. I probably wouldn't even understand what game mechanics they've changed. And quite frankly, I know I'm not going to like the game. I know the game sucks. All right. I know there's no point in playing it. And here's the thing. I don't think it makes sense for me to play Street Fighter V because guess what? This Friday is another fighting game. Next Tuesday is another fighting game. I'm playing 2 other games that are fighting games in the next week. So do you want to see 3 fucking fighting games in a week? I don't think so. So I really don't know what I should be doing in this next week. All right. I'm really confused. My mind is rattled. Honestly, I am leaning very strongly towards skipping the Inpatient and doing something else. For those 2 streams, this would be Tuesday's main stream and Wednesday's main gameplay stream. But the question is, what is it that I should do in its place? Okay? What should I do? I don't know. I don't know. So, should I do a poll on Twitter for a couple days? Starting tonight, put a poll on Twitter and say, please post up what do you want to see starting Tuesday? Do you want to see The Inpatient? Do you want to see Super Mario Sunshine? Or do you want to see Street Fighter? I don't know. Because then you might get trolls, too. You might get trolls who try to skew the fucking votes and be like, Street Fighter 5, yeah, bitch it. And then, you know, just because they want to see me not like the game. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do, okay? I would like some discussion. It looks like Nick says he's going to start a forum thread about it. I would appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate that. I don't know what to do. I really don't. See, and here's the other thing, too, folks. Some people are like, well, if you play Mario Sunshine, realize once again you're not going to make any money on the YouTube videos. Oh, you're absolutely correct. Nintendo will claim every video. I'll make no money on the playthrough. But you guys have been so great and so positive and so supportive this month on Twitch. If those 2 sessions, people just come out and support that way, it doesn't matter. Being just very honest with you guys, YouTube is terrible right now. YouTube is in the dumps. YouTube is making me almost nothing every day. Even though, and by the way, I should, again, it updated again. I have way more views this month than I did in December. Way more. People this month came out to watch my stuff way more than they did last month. Last month, December, was almost a dead month. But I'm making like nothing on YouTube at all because all their ads have crapped out and they can't get advertisers anymore. So it's really Twitch that's keeping me afloat right now. Okay? So it doesn't really matter at all if I make YouTube revenue on the Mario game videos or not. It really doesn't, because I'm already making almost nothing. As long as you guys come out and support me on Twitch during the streams, it doesn't matter. Okay? So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I need your opinion. I need your feedback. That's why I'm pitching this to you on pre-stream today. Okay? So, let me know. Impatient, yes, no. Mario Sunshine, yes, no. Or Street Fighter 5, yes, no, for Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. I want your honest feedback. Okay? Sounds good? Okay. Very good. Let's get your feedback. Let's see what everyone has to say. Very good. I'm very looking forward to it. So let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll. I don't know. I'm going to talk about this in the weekend preview tonight as well. And I'm sure I'm going to get YouTube comments on it. I'm sure people will contact me via Twitter. Tweet me at TheyCallMeDSP. Email me, darksidefil@hotmail.com. Or go to the kingof8.com forums. Nick is going to put a thread up about it. Post up your thoughts there. Let me absorb as much information as I can tonight and tomorrow to make my decision for Tuesday. Okay? Okay. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Now, I have a big positive update. Everybody. If you're not aware, people have really come out in the last 3 weeks to support me here on Twitch. It's been an amazing start to the year. Guys, I have 526 subscribers on the channel. Holy shit. I gotta say this again. The beginning of December, I didn't even have 300. I have more than doubled the amount of subscribers that I have on my Twitch channel in less than a month and a half. Thank you guys so much. Seriously. You guys have been so incredibly supportive of me. You have. And I love it. And I'm loving it. I want to keep this up. All right. FYI, right now we're making a big push to 550 subscribers. We only need 24 more to hit it, folks. That's it. 24. We could do it today, technically. If people were really generous today, we could hit it. All right. Now, if we hit 550 subscribers, I'll be doing a tier 3 reward. That's right. Tier 3. Holy shit. Did I ever think we were going to do so well this month? No, I didn't. Okay. Pretty awesome. The tier 3 reward is I'm going to be doing a special episode of DSP Tries It, a double episode, where I'm going to be trying out a weird product that I've owned for years and wanted to do an episode of DSP Tries It on it, and I never got a chance to do it. And then I'm going to be doing a weird, or not weird, but popular product from, well, I don't want to spoil, it's the thing. It'll be a special double celebratory episode of DSP Tries It, okay? It's going to be a fun one. So, 24 more subs to go to hit that goal, all right? We're very close, but I got to forewarn all of you, okay? I have to forewarn all of you. Last month, we saw a major increase in subs for 2 reasons. Number one, because I did a bunch of holiday events, including a holiday version of Ask the King, okay? I did a holiday gaming marathon, and I did a Christmas Day special, and then I did a fundraiser at the end of the month. There were 4 special events last month, and literally during those events, my subs went up by like 100 subs, okay? The other thing is, last month, December, subs were discounted by 20% if you became a new subscriber or if you gifted a sub. That's no longer in effect. So I get the feeling what's going to happen is in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see my subs decline massively because there were a lot of people who were either gifted a sub or subbed during those special hype events, and now they're not going to resub, okay? So I'm really feeling it. So here's the deal. If, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hit this tier 3 goal, you want to see me be incredibly successful this month, you've got to subscribe right now. And I mean it, because I believe either today or tomorrow is the 1-month anniversary of me doing my holiday gaming marathon. And I remember specifically during that marathon, I gained like 40 plus subscriptions. That was the day, if you guys remember, I was drinking. I was drinking all kinds of holiday-themed beer and eggnog and the alcoholic cider and all of that. And I was doing all these holiday-themed games. And people loved the marathon. And that's why they came out and they were all subbing. But all those are going to probably, fall out and not auto-renew. So, if you'll want to hit this goal for this month, we've got to do it quickly. It's got to happen very quickly. Because I get the feeling within the next few days, you're going to see, boom, 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 boom. It's going to go all the way back down because of all those people. Now, I'm not saying that people won't come back and resub. I think some will. But what are the chances that everyone who was gifted a sub and everyone who had a discounted sub is now going to come back? You know, slim to none. I'm being a realist. Now, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong because I didn't even suspect we were going to hit 500 subs this month. I thought we would hit maybe the 450, and that would be it for the month. We have been doing tremendously well this month on the streams. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful. Again, I got to tell you guys, thank you so much. It's been so positive and great around the streams recently. I don't even know what else to say. It's just been a great experience every single day that we're here. Right? Every day is fun and amazing, and you guys are outpouring with your support, and I can't be more grateful. Thank you so much. Obviously we keep this up. This year's going to be tremendously positive, okay? But can we realistically maintain what I have? I don't know. And that's what we're going to find out, okay? That is what we're going to find out. So, thank you everyone for your support. Let's now go into the plugs segment, and then we'll go into shout-outs for those who have already cheered, subbed, and tipped on the pre-stream here, okay? All right, here we go. So, first of all, thank you to everyone who is here live on the stream. If you enjoy my daily live streams, if you enjoy my on-demand videos on YouTube, you like everything that I do, thank you very much for your viewership and your support. I appreciate it. Now, if you'd like to go above and beyond just being a viewer, and you'd like to maybe go the extra mile to help support my efforts to do this on a daily basis and keep doing it, there are many ways that you can contribute and help out. The first being Patreon. You can check this out at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges to my Patreon directly contribute to my ability to keep doing this. For example, it helps me pay the electric bill. It helps me pay the internet bill. It helps me afford all these games that are coming up. I mean, in the next few weeks, Dragon Ball, Final Fantasy, UFC, Shadow of the Colossus, possibly Dynasty Warriors, possibly Secret of Mana. That's just a few of the games that I'm going to have to buy in the next few weeks. All of your patron pledges, all right, help me out in that regard. In addition, they help me, upgrade my equipment. I just had to get new headphones. They help me maintain my equipment. In fact, very shortly, I haven't talked about this. I need to buy a bunch of external hard drives. I'm pretty much out. I've run out of space to store my videos. I back up all of my videos to external hard drives just in case. And at this point, I have none left. I ordered them about a year ago, and I've gone through them all. So I'm going to have to order more. So it's another thing, just there's always constant upkeep when it comes to a business like this. So your patron pledges help me out with all of that stuff, all right? Now, the cool thing about Patreon is when you contribute, it's not just about, oh, I'm just helping Phil out. You get stuff for it, too. You actually find a way via your patron pledges to qualify for perks every month. And these perks all allow you to become part of an interactive experience with me, okay? For example, you could get your text or verbal thank yous for your contributions in my YouTube videos, which is pretty awesome. You could get the ability to nominate and vote on games for my ongoing celebratory events. For example, this month we hit 450 subscriptions on the channel. That was the tier 1 goal that I had for my Twitch channel. So that means coming up in either late February or early March, I'll be doing an Indies Marathon. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon this month, you'll be nominating and voting on the games I'll be playing in said marathon. Okay? Excuse me. Pretty awesome, right? Having that ability to actually control events that I do is tremendously powerful. I think a lot of people take it for granted and don't realize that these patrons who pledge to me every month have tremendous power over a lot of the events that I do, okay? You could get your questions answered for sure on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which is happening in late February. So hint, hint, if you pledge by the end of this month, the next 9 days, you'll get your questions answered if you pledge for that perk level, okay? And you can even get a private Q&A video made. It's usually generally 15 to 25 minutes of me answering your questions that you submit personally to me. It's a video. You can do whatever you want. You can keep it for yourself. You can show it to your friends, whatever you want. And people who do this love it. In fact, a lot of people who've done this perk level like it so much, they do it again. I've got nothing but positive feedback from those who've gotten the private Q&A videos saying they love these videos. So, please consider pledging to my Patreon if you have not. All right, patreon.com/darksidephil. Very appreciative of those who already have pledged. And thank you to those who will pledge in the future. It helps me out tremendously. All right. Now, a big update today, folks, in regards to my Teespring shop. If you can't see it here on screen, it's there right now. New design. A new design to my Teespring shop. This new design is on behalf of Insomniatic Me, longtime viewer and fan. And he had a really good idea for a shirt, and he's been working on this for a while, and he kept submitting me his ideas, and I kind of worked with him to tweak it. And what we have now is a brand new shirt design. It is the King of Fighters design, where it's me versus Master Troll in a fighting game mock-up screen. It's pretty damn cool, man. I really like it, and I hope that you guys like it too. So it's available right now on my Teespring shop as a shirt, a sweatshirt, sticker, mug, even a ladies shirt. All right? And it's a variety of colors, depending on what color you want. It's not just the blue color you're seeing on your screen right now on pre-stream. You get it in black and other colors as well that really make the design pop, okay? So give it a look and, you know, consider maybe picking one up. It's a good new design. People have wanted a new designed, you know, thing for my Teespring shop for a while. So there you have it. Take a look at it. And by the way, anything you buy from my Teespring shop, FYI, I get a pretty sizable commission for. So anything you buy helps me out directly. Thank you very much to those who've checked out the product before. By the way, I personally attest to the quality of the products because I own a bunch of them. I own like 5 shirts and a mug. The mug I use every day here on stream. It's really great stuff, okay? Okay. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not least. If you're here live on the stream and you're digging the streams, you like what I'm doing, and you want to go above and beyond, you can either cheer, sub, or tip during the stream. And if you do so, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream as a thank you for your contributions, okay? Excuse me. Now, if you give a nice message, more than likely I'm going to read the whole message, all right? If you give a message that has nothing whatsoever to do with the gameplay, and it's a giant paragraph, I'm probably not going to read your whole message. If you're leaving a troll message, I'm probably not going to read your whole message. You see what I'm saying? So try to be careful with your messages. Try to be as concise as possible, and I will give you a shout out regardless, you know, for your contributions, even if I can't read your message or whatever. But I'm going to do my best to integrate it into the gameplay and be an interactive stream today, okay? Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button when you do, or if you tip me $2 or more, any of those things that you do, I will also have a on-screen pop-up thank you. So you'll get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions during today's stream, which is pretty awesome, right? And again, just a reminder, we are pushing for 550 subs. This is pretty much the final countdown, the last chance for us to hit it before subs start dropping off from those holiday events. So please consider subbing now if you want to try to hit that goal, all right? All right, folks, it is time for thank yous. Thank you shout-outs. A lot of people have been cheering, subbing, and tipping already on today's stream, and I want to give them credit. But first, let's actually do overnight shout-outs, because there were a few people who did some significant contributions overnight when I wasn't even here. I wasn't here live streaming, but people kept me in mind, came out over to the channel, and cheered, subbed, and tipped. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. So let's give them credit where credit is due. We start off with Infinite55, who did a 225-bit cheer, along with 3 really disturbing-looking, like, crazy happy face emote things. I don't even know what they are. But thank you, Infinite, for the support. I appreciate that. Golden Colts did a 30-bit cheer. Thank you, Golden Colts. Atlas Telemon actually did a series of cheers. First, he did a 25-bit cheer, excuse me. Then another 25-bit cheer, and he says, I usually end up missing your second shift stream due to the time difference. I believe Atlas Telemon actually lives in the Netherlands, he said. Then he did another 25-bit cheer, and he said, will you do anything if you reach the 50,000 followers mark? I believe he's talking about on Twitch, because I believe right now, in fact, you know what? I'll hit refresh, and let's see how many followers I actually have on Twitch, because I don't know. I think I have like 49,000 right now. Let's see. I'm just curious. It's not a stat that I follow. In fact, I'll be honest with you guys. I usually don't follow my stats on Twitch. Like, I don't look at how many people are on the stream. I don't look at how many followers I have. It's not something that I actively follow. For me, as long as you guys are here and having fun, I don't really give a crap about that stuff. But let's see. So right now I'm at 49,204 followers. Pretty great. Especially if you consider that I was on hiatus from streaming on Twitch for a good almost 3 years. I stopped in late 2014, and I didn't come back until late 2016. So that was 2 years, actually. Excuse me, not 3, 2 years. And when I came back, I believe I only had about like 30 or 35,000 followers. So I basically gained about 15,000 followers in a little over a year. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Something to celebrate, right? I don't know, Atlas, if I would do anything in celebration for 50K followers. Only reason I say this is, like I said, I'm probably not going to be paying attention to it. And number two, this year is my 10th anniversary of being a content creator on the internet, of sharing my gameplay experiences with all you guys publicly. So already later this year, I've got a few things in mind for playthroughs that I think I'm going to be doing as celebratory anniversary events. All right. So in that regard, I already think I have a few things in mind. So, will I do anything special for 50K followers on Twitch? Probably not, but I think I'm already going to be doing some fun celebratory stuff later this year. So, there you go. Golden Colts did a 25-bit cheer. Again, thank you, Golden Colts. Again, Golden Colts, Atlas, Infinite, thank you guys so much for your overnight support. You guys are amazing. Thank you, and thank you once more. Okay, now that the stream has begun, we had a 500-bit cheer from the Ravenger, who says, Troll cheer, Kappa. That's a very nice way to start the stream. Thank you very much, Ravenger. And then, from Trollster, I got a $2 tip from Trollster, and it says, I hate you. Well, here's some money to discourage you from doing what you're doing. I believe this is supposed to be a parody of some of the, let's be honest here, not exactly most intelligent people on the planet who actually cheer, sub, and tip me, all right? Just to leave a nasty message on my stream. You're paying me to insult me. And the thing is, I don't shout them out. I don't read those. I skip them. So you paying me money to get a temporary, momentary pop-up on the screen. All right? It's just so ludicrous. It's just, it's so stupid. And most people don't pay attention to it. It's just so... And the best part is, like I told you a few days ago, there was this guy who's been giving me $2 tips for the past month, troll tips, all insults, and then he tried to dispute like 15 of them via PayPal. Oh, Phil didn't send me the product or whatever. Dude, you're trying to commit fraud. You're trying to commit fraud. It's illegal what you're doing. You just committed 15 acts of fraud, and PayPal is going to side with me like they always have. In the past year since I instituted getting tips through PayPal, not once has anyone disputed a tip that they gave me via PayPal and gotten their money back. Not once. Every time PayPal sides with me. So I don't know how stupid you could be. I really don't. Some people are just really fucking stupid, I guess. I mean, not only am I going to pay you to insult you, an insult that no one will see because no one pays attention, but then I'm going to try to dispute it and I'm not going to get my money back. It's like the double whammy of stupid. I don't even know what else to say. It's pretty damn funny. Okay? It's pretty stupid. Anyway, let's continue. Golden Colts did another 25-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for your support. Shout out to AES0411. And he did a 25-bit cheer, and he says, I don't think that you should skip games that don't lend themselves to constant interaction. If people care about you and your content, they'll be patient enough to wait until you get a break from the game, and then you'll read shout-outs. Yeah, AES, but here's the thing. I'm learning, all right? I'm learning. And it's a slow process. You guys know me. I'm very resistant to change. I'm stubborn in a lot of ways, all right? And I try to adapt and adjust, but sometimes it takes me a while. What I'm learning is that there are some common practices for streamers that are very productive. For example, actually having a goal of subs to hit, a goal of cheers, a goal of whatever, having on-screen notifications, having a running tally of some sort, okay? These are all things that actually promote people to contribute, all right? And I'm learning this over time. Now, here's the thing. I don't want all of my gameplay to become just fundraising. I don't. I want to be able to play AAA titles. I want to be able to play big narrative games just like I used to, and not have it constantly be pop-up, cheer, interruption, fundraise. I don't want it to be that, all right? It has to basically find a happy medium between the gameplay and the fundraising aspect of it, okay? But at the same time, I would be shooting myself in the foot if I decide for an entire week that I'm going to play games that don't lend themselves to interactive streaming. For 3 weeks so far this year, things have been tremendously positive on Twitch. Why should I now make a decision? I'm going to play a game where I'm wearing a headset. I can't even see what people are saying or doing, and I can't give shout-outs. Then I'm going to do 3 Telltale Games episodes where I can't do shout-outs constantly because it'll interrupt with the game. Then I'm going to do a podcast where I'm going to be talking constantly. I can't do shout-outs. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have an entire week where... Oh, and fighting games, too. That's the other thing. Fighting games can't give you constant shout-outs because it interrupts the gameplay, and I need to concentrate on the game if I'm going to win. So I'm doing an entire week of content that doesn't lend itself to interactive streaming. Guess what? Those people who like the interactive streams get turned off and leave. I know that the internet is a fickle audience, folks. I do. I've done this for 10 years. And if people don't like what they see, they leave. It's the same thing with YouTube. If I take a couple days away from uploading videos to YouTube, the viewers leave. I know this for a fact. That's why when I take time off, I actually queue up videos to constantly be going live on YouTube. So there literally is no downtime on YouTube. Even when I'm away and not live streaming, there's still constant videos going on YouTube. Because internet viewership is very fickle. All right. So I agree with AES. No, I shouldn't always pigeonhole myself into only playing games that I can do constant shout-outs. I agree. At the same time, doing an entire week of it doesn't make sense. Okay? So I have to balance it. And that's the thing. If I'm already committing to catching up on Batman, which I definitely want to do, and I'm already committing to doing all fighting game footage coming up in the week after, I can't also have an entire week now where I'm going to have a headset on my fucking head and I can't see anything. Okay? Plus all the reasons I already mentioned in the pre-stream. There's a lot of reasons I don't like PSVR. So I see what you're saying. I agree with your point. But at the same time, I have to find the happy medium. And that's what I'm working to do right now. Okay? Okay. All right. Shout out to Joey the Tricky Plays. He did a 65-bit cheer. And he says, I'll at least tell you the name of it, the writing piece. Darkside Phil, The Good, the Bad, and the Sons of Kojima. Oh boy. Well, Joey the Tricky Plays, if you're writing anything about me, I just hope that you're fair and honest. I honestly don't mind if you mention negative things about me, as long as you also mention the positive. Because sadly, I hate to say it, 99% of the time, the people who do anything in regards to me literally only talk about negative shit and or spin stuff to only look like over-dramatic negative shit to get attention for themselves. I mean, there's plenty of positive things you could talk about with me and my content, yet people seem to forget about all those so that they can just focus on garbage and drama, all right? It's lame. It really is. It's played out at this point, and it's pathetic, and it just shows that you're a hack if all you can do is cover the negative side of shit. So I would hope if you're going to write something about me, please at least be fair and balanced in it. I don't mind if you mention the negative, as long as you're also being fair with the positive, okay? I have no idea. To be fair, I have no idea what this writing piece is even going to be or about. I don't even know what he's talking about. So, I received an anonymous $10 tip. And it says, I vote that you play the Inpatient, please. All right. So, obviously, there are people who want to see me play the Inpatient. So, Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and says, just play the Inpatient. It's a breath of fresh air. Even if you don't finish it, it's still something new. Interaction is fun, but some watch you solely to play games. You bought the VR. Utilize it. And no, Mario's a bad idea because the people will pester you to continue. You can take breaks to do shout-outs. All right. And then Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and said, please, no Street Fighter. There's so many fighting games out right now, and it's going to get boring. Okay, fair enough. Insomniatic Meat resubscribed to the channel for the 13th month in a row. So first of all, and he says, yay. Probably because he saw that here on pre-stream, I'm promoting his new design, right? I got to say thank you to Insomniatic Meat, not only for the 13 months of support, but also for the new shirt design on Teespring. Thank you very, very much. Okay? Very good. Trump Snook Button did a 25-bit cheer. He says, I vote for the Inpatient 2. It's my favorite kind of game to watch you play. It just sucks that it's VR. I agree. Seriously, I love survival horror games, guys. I do. I think that it's some of my most fun and unique content because, as you guys know, typically, I don't get scared. I don't get the heebie-jeebies from these games, but sometimes the jump scares get me, and it's pretty funny when a jump scare gets you. I laugh at jump scares. I think they're funny. And a lot of people have said to me over the years, I can't stand survival horror games, but I watch you play them because you make them accessible to people who maybe do get scared at them. Because you don't get scared, so it makes them entertaining to us. I get that. But I hate the fact it's a fucking PSVR game. It's killing me. Like, I think, why? They already made a game, Until Dawn, that was a major success, and it was not a VR. Now we're going to make a VR game. Why? You know what it was? I guarantee you, Sony, just like Sony did with fucking Heavy Rain. Do you remember what they did with Heavy Rain? I'll remind all of you, because a lot of you probably don't remember. Heavy Rain was an amazingly successful game. It was a game where it's interactive, your choices you make, and the quick time events that you participate in determine what actually happens in the game. The characters could die or live. It changes the plot, okay? Then they were going to do DLCs. They had one DLC called The Taxidermist. That was incredibly good. It was one of the best things I did in gaming in 2010 was chainsaw guys' fucking balls off. It was great, okay? And then Sony went to them and said, well, you know, since your games are console exclusive for us, we want you to drop everything you're doing and make Heavy Rain accessible with the PS Move, because we're really pushing this fucking PS Move motion control bullshit down gamers' throats, and we need some exclusive titles that work with it. So we want you to basically focus on this, and literally, David Cage and his dev team said to Sony, well, we'll do this, but understand this means we have to drop work on the DLCs. And we had all these DLCs, episodic DLCs planned, one for every major character. They would really have added to the game, but if this is what you want, we'll do it. And Sony said, yes, forget the DLCs, just do it. So they made Heavy Rain accessible with the PS Move. No one fucking bought the game to play with it. It was a waste of fucking everyone's time. And the PS Move ultimately was an utter failure. It died within a year to a year and a half, and no one ever talked about it again. All right? Ridiculous. It's just so stupid. So here we are again. Years later, Supermassive Games, making games exclusively for the PlayStation 4. They make a really successful survival horror game called Until Dawn that very much is like Heavy Rain. Your choices affect the plotline. People could live or die and change the outcome of the game. Sony jumps on this, oh man, we got this new peripheral, the PSVR. We need games for it. We need people to buy another piece of shit peripheral they don't fucking need because we want to make money, money, money. And they go to Supermassive and they say, so we heard you're making this survival horror game tied into Until Dawn. Well, make it a VR game. And I'm sure Supermassive Games probably went to them and said, well, okay, if that's really what you want, but you know, and they're like, no, do it. Okay, well, guess what? How many people realistically now are going to play the Inpatient versus how many people would have if it wasn't a PSVR game? Because let's face it, folks, not a ridiculous amount of people bought a PSVR. Every time I go to the store, the shelves are stocked to the brims with PSVRs because there was an initial demand in 2016, and then after the initial demand fizzled out, no one cared about it. Just like I said would happen, VR is a gimmick. It's not something that's been utilized in mainstream gaming. It's not mainstream at all, even though everyone wants to pretend, oh, it's so good, it's the wave of the future. Most games are not implementing it. AAA titles are not implementing it. Resident Evil 7 tried it a year ago, and that was really the last major AAA title that anyone cared about that had it. It's a waste of everyone's fucking time. And it's lame. I want to play the Inpatient. I don't want to have a giant sweaty fucking headset on my head that hinders my interactive experience with you guys on stream and makes me miserable. Oh yeah, and plus I might get motion sickness. What a great thing. Fuck it. Seriously, I'm so angry that these companies in all these years, 10 years I've been covering it, they do the same fucking mistakes over and over and over and over. It's the same vicious cycle. And I'm tired of this shit. Just fucking make good games. And stop it with your bullshit gimmicks and peripherals. We don't need them. Okay. Well, that was a good venting. Gazora just did a 25-bit cheer. He says, what if you publish your Super Mario Sunshine run on Twitch with their new video feature thing? Well, what Gazora is suggesting is just keep the Super Mario Sunshine playthrough on Twitch. Okay? As much as I'd like to do that, sadly I can't. And here's why, folks. This is the God's honest truth. Okay? I know that I have, for 10 years, had an internet following on YouTube. There are many people who don't or cannot watch the live streams, and or there are people who, for whatever reason, can't watch videos on Twitch. They've tried, and their internet bandwidth can't handle it. YouTube, being a much bigger company, having a lot more financial means, and having various video qualities that you can watch, okay, is a lot easier for people who don't have great internet. They can watch the games at their own leisure, and they don't have to worry about, oh no, the video quality is choppy or shit, okay? There's a large group of people, I'd probably say maybe 10% of my audience, who cannot watch Twitch at all, okay? And basically, if I just put the Super Mario Sunshine playthrough exclusively on Twitch only, okay, sadly, what would happen is, on YouTube, people would be like, well, what the fuck? You know, we wanted to see this playthrough, we were waiting for it for months, and now we can't watch it because we can't watch Twitch videos. That wouldn't be fair to them, okay? The other thing is, I'm not allowed to put it on both sites. From what I'm to understand, there's a regulatory requirement when you sign a partnership contract with both sites that you cannot have monetized videos on both sites that are identical, okay? It violates the partnership contract. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to make any money on the videos on YouTube anyway. Nintendo is going to take the ad revenue, all right? But on Twitch, they now implement this new thing. Any archived videos you have now that you upload starting, I think it started a couple months ago, now will automatically have ads running on them by default, okay? So if you try to watch any of my archive videos on Twitch, usually an ad will play first, and I'll make a little bit of revenue on that, which is nice. So technically, if I archive the videos here, and then I upload them to YouTube, I violated a contract, because now there's ads here, and there's potential for ads on YouTube, and I violated a contract. So I can't. I would have to pick it. Either I leave everything on Twitch, and then a group of my audience gets screwed, or I upload everything to YouTube, and I make no money on it at all. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I know some people right now will say, but Phil, there are many popular streamers who have their videos both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so I don't know what you're talking about. Guess what? They're all in violation of their partnership contracts. Now, maybe they never got called out for it. Maybe no one is enforcing the contract. But the bottom line is I'm aware of what's in my contract, and I'm not going to willingly violate it for that. Okay? Okay. Mr. Swag is at a 25-bit cheer, and he says, I know interactive streams are the wave now, but I think it's kind of lame that there has to be a compromise now in a game that just doesn't lend itself to that. People can still do all the support. You don't have to read every message. Just shut up. I already explained about it, Mr. Swaggins. I already explained about finding the happy medium. Like I said, no, I don't want every single stream that I do to be 100% interactive at the same time. No, I don't want it to become, a whole week of not doing interactive stuff. So that's the deal here, finding the happy medium. Coral Guy gave me a $2 tip, and he says, Phil, maybe do a brief return to Okami or Yakuza for fans who've been waiting for more coverage while still keeping the playthroughs alive. I think it'd be awesome one day, Okami, and then the next day, Yakuza. I mean, it's something to keep in mind, but I don't know at this point if that makes sense, because again, like I said, the problem that I'm having is I have some free time, but if you do a new installment of a long ongoing playthrough and then never get back to it, all it's going to do is piss people off. You know what I mean? Wow, Phil started up Okami again? Yeah, but there's no guarantee he's going back to it anytime soon. Well, fucking shitcocks. Fucking ass monkey balls. This is bullshit. Fucking vaginas. Now, I'm not saying that all my fans have Tourette's. I have it worse than all of you. But what I'm saying is, I understand that would probably piss people off more than if I just didn't play them right now. So, all right. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer. He says, few more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds videos to watch from yesterday. I'll be looking for a grenade kill bounty. I didn't get one, dude. I told you, the few times I tried to use a grenade in that game, it never works. Every time I try to throw a fucking grenade, it bounces off something stupidly. That's why I usually don't use them. I end up killing myself rather than anything else. There you go. Atlas Telemon did another 25-bit cheer. He says, do your parents ever watch your streams to see how you're doing as they live far away? Sadly, they don't. The only thing they will ever watch of mine, every once in a while, they'll go to the King of Hate vlogs and watch one of my vlogs. Maybe like every once in a while, they'll watch a weekend preview, or if I do like a DSP tries, stuff like that. They've said they've watched, but my parents are not very internet savvy. My dad is, but usually for work only. They don't spend a lot of time on the internet. You know what I mean? Like they grew up in a different era. And my mom basically never touches the internet. So very rarely do they ever watch any of my stuff, nor are they ever in the know on the shit that's going on. For them to know what's going on with me, typically I have to tell them and get them caught up on everything, because they really don't stay in the loop on a lot of stuff. Mr. Swang is in another 25-bit cheer. He says, even if you do a poll and the Inpatient wins, then it's still a loss for you, so I guess you really don't want to play it, then you probably shouldn't have mentioned it. Just my thoughts. Yeah, I didn't say I was definitely doing a poll. I don't know. I might or I might not. Joey the Tricky Plays did a 50-bit cheer. He says, oh, in my written piece, I'll probably mention good stuff, but near the end. So there you go. He's going to do a written piece on me. 95% negative. At the very end. Oh, yeah, by the way, Phil has a positive following now. Dude, all I'm going to say is this. Don't be a hack. Because people have been there, done that. You can only do the same thing and beat the dead horse a million fucking times. You could dare to actually do something different and actually be fair rather than be a negative jerk like most people are to me. So it's up your choice. You want to be a negative jerk and only focus on drama and waste your fucking time like 5 million people already have done before you. Go right ahead, get your 15 minutes of fame, and no one will give a fuck. I'm just saying. All right, Atlas Teleban did a 100-bit cheer. He says, if a studio wanted to make a documentary about YouTube and gaming and they wanted to also interview and include you, would you do it? If it was a serious studio doing a serious documentary and we're interested in my involvement over the years, even if it were about the negativity that I've received on YouTube, because I think that should be something documented and learned from, yes, I would. There you go. Papa Lou did a 25-bit cheer. He says, I'm not dead, I swear to God, but I wish I fucking was Daddy Phil. Well, Papa Lou, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You were a creeper yesterday on VR chat. Congratulations. I don't know what's going on with you. Elite Enchiladas did a 40-bit cheer. He said, horror games and narrative games are actually my favorite to watch you do. It lends yourself better to your kind of comedy. I bet it's hard for you to think and make commentary, especially for platformers. Well, yeah, I mean, when you're playing a game that has an interesting narrative, that has something to comment on constantly, right? It's easier to do a playthrough of than a game where there's tons of dead, boring crap. Now, the good news is, okay, recently, because I have adopted this new interactive streaming on Twitch, now the dead air is a lot easier to fill. And I'll be honest with you. For example, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Coming up in March, there's a role-playing game, JRPG, called Ni no Kuni 2. Okay? I really enjoyed Ni no Kuni 1 when I played it years ago. I'm really looking forward to playing Ni no Kuni 2. But the bottom line is, the past 4 years or more, whenever I play an RPG, people complain and say it's too boring, too much downtime, right? I honestly think now that will change, because now, let's say, repetitive grinding combat. Well, while I'm doing it, I can just talk to you guys, right? You guys remember when I did Persona 5, last year? Those playthroughs were great. People were cheering, subbing, tipping, and, I was talking with the people as I played. We had a lot of discussions and stuff that made the playthrough more entertaining during the boring combat, right? So I think that now I actually have a way to fill the dead time. So if I'm playing a game that's entertaining and has a great plot and I can comment on it constantly, great, it's entertaining for you. If it's a game with a lot of dead air, I can interact with the stream chat viewers. And again, it's entertaining. So it's like a win-win. This new streaming method has really opened up my possibilities of stuff that I can do. Seriously, it has. So I'm very excited for the future. Tevin 11. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'm not even there yet. Hold on. I skipped a bunch of cheers. My bad. Last Rambo did a 50-bit cheer and says, Phil, you cannot complain about the lack of PSVR games and then at the same time complain of an interesting game that will probably utilize VR's potential. You're right, Last Rambo. Guess what? I'm no longer complaining about the lack of PSVR games. I just don't care about VR anymore. I really don't. It's been a year. Not one game in 2017 really interested. The one game I was interested in playing in VR was Star Trek Bridge Crew. And then when I heard that really it's better with other people and playing it by yourself can be kind of lame, I didn't give a fuck and I don't care anymore. I'm done. Like, VR was a gimmick for like 2 months. I played a bunch of games in it. I don't even see the potential of it anymore. I really don't think it adds anything to games. And it's a waste of time, in my opinion. That's my verdict. After experiencing it for the couple months that I did, it was a fun gimmick while it lasted. And I don't really seem to think that there's a reason for it anymore. So no, I'm no longer complaining there's a lack of games. I don't even think there's a purpose for it anymore. There you go. Hank Duma just tipped me $5. Thank you, Hank. He says, don't forget that we in Europe cannot follow your late streams if we're not watching it as super early in the morning due to the time difference. Hence, the YouTube is very important for your followers in different time zones. Fair enough, right? If you're not able to watch my certain streams, you want to be able to watch videos on demand at your leisure, YouTube is still the way to go. Maybe that'll change in the future. Maybe when Amazon has this competitor to YouTube that is heavily rumored is going to happen, then maybe we'll have a different method of doing it. But right now, uploading to YouTube is still the way to go. All right. Mr. Swaggins did a 75-bit cheer, and he says, when I inevitably become a millionaire, I'm going to tip you a ridiculous amount so all your problems will be gone. Okay, then. Well, thank you for that. Thanks for the sentiment. Many people sitting on their lottery tickets right now. All right. Tevin11 did a 25-bit cheer and says, what about Doki Doki? It's a free game that's still pretty popular and will make for a great playthrough. I've actually heard some people are nominating that game for my upcoming Indies Marathon. So I may already be playing Doki Doki in the next couple of months when that Indies event happens. So there you go. I don't know anything about the game, by the way. I don't know. So I'm not commenting and saying, oh, it's good or it's bad idea. I have no idea. Bacon Plays did a 25-bit cheer. Thank you much, Bacon Plays. Culverus did a 25-bit cheer, and he says, I prefer a Darth Radovan Viking. Okay, then. Whatever you say. Papaloo did a 25-bit cheer, and says, I didn't mean to come across as creepy. I'm just a big fan of an opportunity to talk with you. I love you. Well, Papaloo, sometimes love just ain't enough. Oh, my God. I don't know what's going on anymore. Bacon Plays did a 25-bit cheer, and he says, I'm new here. I like your content, and I'm glad you stayed positive lately. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Bacon Plays, not only for the cheer, but for that very nice message, very positive sentiment. I'm glad you're enjoying the stuff lately, and I thank you for coming by. Thank you. All right. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer, and he says, you don't care about VR anymore? Where can I post my address so you can send it to me then? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to hold on to the PSVR. Number one, who knows? Maybe there will eventually be an actual AAA title coming out that utilizes it in a way that makes sense and actually significantly adds to the game. I'm still waiting because, like I said, the big one that everyone was talking about was that PSVR and Resident Evil 7, and I played it in VR, and sadly, it didn't really add that much. Did it change the experience slightly? But it didn't make it so much better or so much more unique for me. It was like, nah. Honestly, I just like playing a fucking game without having a giant piece of fucking head equipment on my goddamn head. And it didn't add much at all. So, I want to hold on to it just in case. And in worst case scenario, eventually I sell it or something to, to help with the business and making money. I will. But at this point, I just don't see the point of it. Honestly, I don't. It doesn't really do anything for me, and the game's coming out for it. It's more of a hassle to wear the fucking thing than to actually be able to enjoy the game. So, all right, folks. We've finally gotten through all the shout-outs. That took quite a long time. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your cheer subs and tips so far today. By the way, are we still at the same subs level? We are. We're still at 526 subs. I'm surprised. I actually thought that we would dip during today's stream so far. We haven't yet, but we probably will. All right, we'll see. Let's see what happens. All right, folks, let's do this. The conclusion of Demon Souls right now on stream. I only have 3 stages left, but like I said, I think what I'm going to try to do is actually use enough souls to see if I can level up my faith stat enough to use the Moonlight Greatsword, because I'd really like to get to use it now that I have it. I've heard that it's incredibly overpowered. And we'll finish this up. Okay? Sound good? Thank you, everyone, for being supportive. Let's now begin with gameplay, which you all came here for. It looks like my stream chat has crapped out. My stream chat is not working. Is stream chat working for everyone else? Hold on a second. Yeah, my stream chat has not updated in 3 minutes. I think it's completely frozen. I'm going to try to... Hold on. Let me try to reload it before we start here. I don't know what happened. Let me refresh. My stream's still working. I'm looking here. My stream is still working, so it's not that. All right, I refreshed the page. And okay, now it seems to be working again. It looks like it just had locked up temporarily. Let me get this fixed then. Let's see here. Pop out. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm getting it set up. Thank you to the Ravenger, who, by the way, is still the cheerleader with a 500-bit cheer on today's stream. And we had an anonymous $10 tip earlier. That's the current highest tip, was $10 from the anonymous person who actually was supportive of me playing the Inpatient. So, all right. Put this right here. Okay. So I believe Mr. Swaggins did another 25-bit cheer and said, wrong, I'm cheering to delay the stream even more. How dare you? Okay. All right, folks. Let's do this. Thank you again for your support. Again, reminder, pushing towards 550 subs. So if you want to sub or gift a sub today, it's very much appreciated. It's pretty much our last chance to do that. So, all right, let's do it.